This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on YouTube. The Toros have been charging all season long as they come into this Week 13 game against the Los Angeles Lycans here at Lycanthrope Lair. Good evening, folks. I'm Tyler Falk, joined in the booth by John Warren. We are set for the penultimate week of SFL action as the Toros come into a matchup history against these Lycans where they've only played 3 times and they haven't played each other in 3 seasons here, John. But each and every time these two teams have played, the home team has won. This has all the makings of a trap game. John, how good have these Fort Worth Toros been over the last couple of weeks?
Well, they've been unbelievably dominant. They've won their last 6 games by an average of 28.5 points. That is absolutely ridiculous. And Lycans would love this to be, did you say trap game? We can pipe in that sound, right? It could be a trap game. But honestly, Fort Worth has got to take care of business, and they could be the first team to run the table, win the title since season 12. So they want to keep their momentum going. Lycans want to ruin things for them here in Los Angeles. I'm just hoping for a good game, partner.
Los Angeles in their all blues, Fort Worth in their whites, as here we go from a Lycanthrope Lair in Week 13. On the return here for the Toros, it's Cade Stevens, and Cade will get all the way up to the 26-yard line, and that is where Marcus Dunhill will come out to start the opening possession under center for the Fort Worth Toros.
If you want to know how good the Toros have been, they are number 1 in scoring offense, number 1 in scoring defense. They've just been historically dominant, and I'm really excited to see what Marcus Dunhill does with this opening drive.
They are 3 points away from tying the highest point differential in a season. That was set all the way back in season 19 with the John Lee Pickler-led London Knights. Quick hitter over the middle to begin matters here for the Toros. It is caught by Stephen Hacker, who's pulling double duty tonight, also on our stats truck. And let's meet the rest of this Toros offense. JZ Bacon is the tailback with Aaron Alexander at fullback. Stephen Hacker, Charlie Baker, and Cade Stevens are the wide receivers. Tight end is Robert Garrett Jr. alongside Rochelle Johnston. And on the line, it's Emilio Panda and Frank Burks as the pass is bobbled and incomplete. Great coverage there from the Lycans. Brings up third down.
Yeah, they're going to want to get JZ Bacon involved. He's been just absolutely outstanding in this season. He was an all-star last year, number 1 in yards rushing this year so far. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of looks here, but an interesting 3rd and 7 here early on for the Toros.
Lycans have converted at a 70% clip on third downs all season long. That is second best in the SFL this season. Blitz coming from LA. Dunhill has time over the middle. It is caught by Stephen Hacker near the midfield logo. First down, Toros.
And their 2nd and 3rd down conversion, just like you said. And it is so demoralizing to go up against an offense. You can get them just where you think you want them. Okay, 3rd and long, not a lot of momentum being made, but then Marcus Dunhill gets so much time and gets it out to Stephen Hacker for the first down.
JZ Bacon and Aaron Alexander in the backfield. They'll hand off to Aaron for a short 1-yard pickup before Garrett Hudson, the outside linebacker, brings him down. And let's introduce you to that Lycan defense. Brogan Spira, Gary Marks, Selwyn Lane, and Ace Blackwell are the linemen, with the aforementioned Garrett Hudson, Tazzy Blackwell, and Greg Ward at linebacker. Mike Scott, TD Jack, and Jack Hacksaw are the corners, with Rochelle Colston, Ryan Poster, Ryan Yosef, and Devontae Moore at safety. And that is a rare drop from Hacker on a pass that he looked to be wide open, maybe just a bit too high from Dunhill.
Yeah, that could have been a better placed ball, but Dunhill is trying to get it over a couple of defenders, so Hacker usually comes down with that, 80% of the time or something. So it's not that big of a deal, but another 3rd and long here. Let's see if they get what they
More
need.
wide. Dunhill looking left side this time. That one is hauled in inside the 30-yard line. There's Hacker. He makes up for the drop by hauling in a third down catch, and the drive continues.
You know what though, Tyler? I think you and I could make passes if we have that kind of clean pocket. I mean, he's just standing there absolutely flat-footed, doesn't have to move around in the pocket. And you've got that kind of security around you. It's so nice to be able to just have these sure-handed receivers downfield, just get open, run them open. If you have all this time, a lot of those things end up, those lanes get open for these receivers.
Dunhill, the former SFL champion Atlanta Swarm quarterback, now here in Fort Worth for the last few seasons, looking to lead this Toro team on a deep playoff run here this season. He flips it out to Robert Garrett Jr., the Cowboy, the tight end, for a gain of 3 as he trots out of bounds. Dunhill's third season here with Fort Worth, 9 seasons in total in the SFL. 3 wide now here for Dunhill as he's looking to throw. Floats it middle. That's inside the 10. Down to the 5. It's Hacker again. 1st and goal.
Another tough catch for Hacker, but you can see what Marcus Dunhill has done for this Toros offense here. When he came over from Atlanta, the Toros are coming off of a 4-8 season. Now they've just precipitously gotten better. 7-5 the first year he was here, 9-3 the second year, and now they're trying to run the table. So Dunhill's just been such a calming veteran influence for this team. And Stephen Hacker, obviously, is a great receiver for him to have.
Los Angeles throwing almost everybody in the box. Just a single high safety. And now Stevens ushers one of the corners outside. Maybe a run up the middle? No. It'll be a flip out over the top. And there is the Cowboy. Touchdown. Robert Garrett Jr. Toros strike first.
Yeah, they move Stevens out wide, maybe give the Lycans a little bit of a confusion there, but Robert Garrett Jr. just had one-on-one coverage, outran it, got in the middle. That's a great catch. Toros up early, not a huge surprise. Let's see if the Lycans can respond. I know Sully Richardson's going to want to air it out and try to get some points on the board.
Amelia Rose's extra point is up and good for Fort Worth. 9 plays, 75-yard drive, just under 3 minutes total time of possession. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button to begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It is never too late to get involved. The return there from Tree gets all the way up to about the 25-yard line, and here comes Sully Richardson, who has at times looked solid under center, and other times the defenses have gotten the better of him.
Yeah, he's been sacked 12 times this season, picked off 6 times. It's been up and down, but, still overall, I think a net positive for this Lycans team. He's just got to get a little bit better under pressure.
Chris Lee, the man in motion, to the top of your picture. Richardson, heavy pressure,
Wow.
And Sully couldn't get rid of the football. A 9-yard loss as John Nevels just lowered his horns and drove Richardson into the turf.
Well, this defensive line has been amazing all season. They've racked up a bunch of sacks, but that's actually Neville's first sack. He said, "You know what, fellas, I want to get involved in this sack party," and he gets on the board early. And we just talked about the pressure, right, for Sully Richardson. He's not great under it, kind of indecisive, stayed back there too long. He didn't have a lot of time, but
24th sack of his career for John Nevels, and on 2nd and 19, it's a flip out over the middle to Chris Lee for a pickup of 9, and that'll bring up 3rd and long here for the Lycans offense.
Yeah, Lee's been the touchdown target for Richardson all season, but he's also been a good target to convert, some of these longer distance plays to get them into better field position.
Coverage shifts a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage as they send 5 wide. Sully over the middle, and there's Chris Lee. First down to the 41-yard line. That is a positive play from LA, and they're going to need plenty more of those to keep up with the Toros tonight.
Yeah, you could see how the pressure was starting to collapse that pocket just a little bit, but the offensive line actually held up pretty well there, and it gave Richardson enough time to find Lee there in the middle. That was a good route and just a good play. So good job picking up that extra man on the blitz for this Lycans offensive line.
And we'll touch on the Lycans offense here in just a moment. 3 wide here on first down for Sully, with 2 backs in the backfield, Logan Jack and Tommy Rahman, the fullback, as they go to Logan Jack for a gain of 1. Let's introduce you to the rest of the LA offense. We just talked about Logan Jack and Tommy Rahman. Let's introduce you to Chris Lee, Darius Iniguez, Bubba Tree, LZ Pryor. Those are your wide receivers. Jimmy Foster, Jack Flash are the tight ends, with Janae Nicole, Vladimir Dunham, Kristen Swifty, and Bob Dunham are the offensive linemen. Sully on a rollout, and that's a nice looking pass and catch over the head of fullback Tommy Rahman. He pulls it in over his shoulder. First down, Lycans.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice play by Tommy Rahman. I mean, he was covered pretty well there in the middle by E.K. Vincent, but still came down with it. It was a well-placed ball by Richardson. And getting Tommy Rahman involved, smart. He doesn't get a lot. He doesn't get any carries, at least this season. But they do look for him sometimes in those, those passing situations.
So they cross midfield to the Fort Worth 46, and Logan Jack can go nowhere. They'll give him back positive yardage all the way up to the line of scrimmage, taken down by E.K. Vincent. And that'll give us an opportunity to introduce you to the rest of the Toros defense. Jeff Duffy, Luther Gahn, and Gary Degon all partner up alongside John Neville's on the line. J.L. Browning, E.K. Vincent, Sonny Sky, the linebackers. We'll touch on the secondary here in just a second as Richardson overthrows Jack Flash, the tight end, on second down. Here's that secondary for the Toros. Adam Leach, Remington James, Aiden Davis, and Tavius Gordon are the corners, with Ben Stone and Delaney Nash at safety. Third and 10 now here for LA. And they come out with an empty backfield, Sully under center, as he will motion for one of his receivers over to his right-hand side, overloading that side. It looks like Fort Worth are going to be in a zone here. No one shadowing the receiver. 4-man rush. Sully in trouble, and it's a duck over the middle. He was hit as he throws, and J.L. Browning is slapping himself on how he could not have hauled in that interception. It is 4th down, and LA will punt.
Yeah, with a lot of defenses, if you see them not shift when there's obviously kind of a reveal situation. Hey, we're trying to see what look you're giving us. It's kind of a dangerous situation for a lot of defenses, but when you can put pressure on, like Fort Worth does, it doesn't matter. So first punt of the game.
Charlie Baker back deep to receive, and he will just call for a fair catch at the 12-yard line. And so here comes the Fort Worth offense here for their second drive. The first drive, just like so many that the Toros have been able to manufacture this season, a pretty simple, pretty easy drive, and as far as they are concerned, 9-play, 74-yard touchdown drive. We'll see. Now backed up deep in their own side of the field. Are they able to manufacture another positive drive here on this one? It starts with a run up the middle. Here comes Jay-Z Bacon, and he's finally wrapped up after picking up 6.
And it's just looked so easy for this offense all season. And you know what, folks at home, you might get a little tired of us talking about how good this team is, but it is really good. I mean, there are a lot of facets of it that are worth talking about. Jay-Z Bacon having one of his best seasons is definitely one of those.
He leads the league in rushing yards. He's off to scamper some more, up to about the 28-yard line, and a new fresh set of downs for Fort Worth.
Yeah, Tazzy Blackwell able to run him down there at the end, but not before JZ Bacon got a nice gain here. And yeah, I mean, again, just it looks easy, right? You know, when you can do everything pretty well on offense, it can look this easy.
So now the Toros come out with 3 wide receivers here from their own 28-yard line. Looking to throw, Dunhill middle. That is hauled in by Charlie Baker. That's another first down reception for the Toros. Just a simple over route that's cutting underneath the linebackers, gets underneath Garrett Hudson's range, and that's as easy as you'd like there from Dunhill to Baker as the drive marches on or rolls on or stampedes on. It just continues like so many. Blitz coming here on first down. One-handed snag.
Wow.
From Cade Stevens. Picks up 9.
Yeah, he got absolutely speared at the point of catch, but was able to hold on to it. Yeah, I mean, it's just a stampede, this offense. I'm sorry for the puns. They come easily because it's just right for this team.
And off. JZ Bacon through the middle. Another first down as they cross midfield. The one gripe that some people might have against the Toros is you look at who they've played so far, John, and they've only played currently one team above 500. They have the worst strength of schedule in the league.
They do. Yeah.
Toro bobbled, incomplete. Late flag. Where's the call on this one? They're going to give a pass interference against LA. That'll negate the incompletion and give the Toros a free first down.
That looked really bang to me, but I want to see the replay real quick. I hate that call. I absolutely hate that call. That is so ticky-tack. But that gives the first down to the Toros. Toros don't need the extra help, but they got it there from the refs. You're right. Strength of victory for the Toros has been terrible. I mean, they're 19th in the league in terms of strength of victory. But, you know, you play who's on the schedule, right? And they've been killing the teams that they've been playing, so.
Fullback dive, gains 2, and to Fort Worth's credit, they haven't overlooked anyone, and especially an early test against Seattle. They came in and said, we are going to play them tight.
Yep.
And Seattle, that was a fantastic game. One of the closest games that Fort Worth has been in. But since week 5, when they played Houston, when they won by 2 points, they haven't looked back, really. They've won. The lowest margin of victory since then was 17 at home versus Mexico City. And for the Toros, they just keep on going. It doesn't matter who they play. They just play everybody tough. There was no let up in this Toros team. Third and short now here. Pitch play. And here comes the Lycans defense. Ryan Proster read that play like a book, and that'll send Fort Worth back and maybe out of field goal range.
They heard us. They heard us at the booth. They said, will you all shut up about how good the Toros are? We're gonna set them back behind field goal range and see what they do here. Are they going for? No way. Oh, they're punting. Okay, I thought they were going for this for a second.
Very awkward camera angle. Here's the punt away. The Lycans defense with a massive win, and the punt shanks left. It's inside the 20, but the Lycans defense forces a punt. That is in all effective terms, it's a win, especially for Rochelle Colston, the head coach.
No, it's huge. Yeah, I mean, it is huge. They're going to need a lot more stops than that one, but it's good to get that first one, and now Richardson is set up to try to get them back in business.
And up the middle, Logan Jack to about the 20-yard line. That picks up 3 yards and brings up second down. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the the league's website, at simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and future. 3 tight end look here for LA. They're on second down. They will have to snap the football before the quarter break. And that they do. Handoff, Jack again. Tries to make a few men miss with a spin move, but he's taken down 3 yards shy of the line to gain. And that will carry us to the end of the first quarter. Toros 7, Lycans nothing in a very quick moving first quarter. Here for the Lycanthrope Lair, 7-zip, Fort Worth on top. This is Week 13 SFL action on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Tyler Falk and John Warren here in the booth. Special thanks to Stephen Hacker and Rochelle Colston and Stats Truck, and of course, the SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine, who is our producer. And a special thank you to you, the listener, viewer, for sticking with us late this evening. One-handed snag for the first play out of the quarter break by Mr. Jack Flash. He flashed the leather glove to haul in the pass.
Yeah, jumping Jack Flash is a gas here with a one-handed catch behind a couple of defenders. That was E.K. Vincent, who could have made that play if he had stretched out for it, but Jack Flash looked very, very good with that one-handed grab.
2 wide out set here for Sully. With an I formation behind him here on first down. 8 men in the box here for the Toros, expecting a run. Instead, it's a pass. Sully, middle. Chris Lee by the numbers. Hauls it in. First down inside of Fort Worth territory.
Yeah, Chris Lee is obviously the guy that they're looking for early. He's got 3 catches, 37 yards, and that was a really nice catch. In stride, got stopped right at the point of catch, but that was a really, really nice ball from Sully Richardson. Sully's looked pretty good early on. He had some pressure earlier, didn't know what to do with it, but he's gotten into a rhythm here, and the Lycans are moving.
Quick handoff. Jack, who cuts it back inside, out of a few tackles, and runs through Adam Leach for a first down. One of Logan Jack's best runs this season, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, he carried Adam Leach with him about 3-4 yards too. That was a really impressive run from Logan Jack, the seasoned veteran of this Lycans offense. Yeah, that was a really, really nice run.
3rd season with LA, 10th season in total here in the SFL, as Sully rolling, firing, hot. Near the 29-yard line, Jack Flash again for a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, throw it to the tight end. He just got open underneath, and that was probably a good check down. He was looking for something downfield, but not bad to come away with 4 yards.
Offset I here on 2nd and 6. Sully to throw again underneath. Caught on the run. Chris Lee denied a first down by the linebacker. And it's 3rd and short here for LA.
They're in a good position, though. You know, maybe we see Tommy Rahman's first carry of the season, or maybe they just turn around, give it to Logan Jack, who's pretty good at carrying Toros with him for a couple of yards. All they need is about half of one.
They go to Jack instead, and Jack lowers his shoulder to the 20-yard line. He converts again on 3rd down. And this LA drive continues.
Yeah, they're grinding it out. The Toros are not giving up big plays, obviously, but Lycans are moving the ball effectively, especially with Logan Jack. This is kind of his signature drive so far of the game.
2nd, 3rd down conversion on this drive. And they go back to Jack as Jack is pushed.
Wow.
Side. Rookie Sonny Sky with the lumber.
Yeah, she loaded up with that one. She was a little mad that she got carried across the line of scrimmage. that last play and decided, hey, I'm gonna blow you back into a few plays ago, and that was a big hit.
Well, almost kind of like us, partner. We just went back in time. If you think about it, from East Coast calling the Corbin Cup between Carolina and Charleston. Now we're here in LA. Floater left side flash.
Oh!
Off his hands, and Delaney Nash nearly came up with the interception. That brings up third down.
Yeah, Delaney Nash could have had his 6th interception of the season, but it was just out of his reach. God, this is a 3rd and 9. Fort Worth is pretty deadly with third down conversions on defense. So let's see what happens here.
11th play of the drive, third down attempt of the drive as well here for LA. Sully will look to throw, rolling, and is going to decide to take off with it, and he slides down short of the line to gain. Smart play to keep himself healthy. He's got a long game still ahead of him, and so instead of trying to force something, and I think that's credit to Sully. In seasons past, he would have tried to really force a pass, but more often than not this season, John, I've seen him tuck that ball and run, keep possession, and ultimately it leads to sure points in a field goal here for the Lycans. They chop into that lead. It is 7-3. It's 3 points off of the punt from Fort Worth.
Yeah, you're right. I think Sully Richardson has developed a sense of self-preservation over the past season. When he saw he didn't have that downfield block, that's I think when he decided, okay, I'm going to have to slide here. Coming away with 3 points, it's a little bit of a victory, but against this Toros team, it may not be enough.
It was a long drive as well, a little over 4 minutes in terms of total time of possession as the return from Charlie Baker gets all the way up to the 28-yard line, and that is where the Toros will look to improve on that punt and maybe get back to scoring ways the same type of ways they had in the first drive of the ball game. Only the third drive for Fort Worth, a much different ball game for the one we were calling in Raleigh earlier tonight as a pass over the middle. Oh, the Lycans have it! Just like that! Bullard with the interception, and the Lycans start with the next possession in Fort Worth territory.
I mean, we were talking earlier before we even came on the broadcast how the Lycans just are not good at causing turnovers, and they don't even know what to do with them when they have it. They're the worst team at converting those turnovers into points, but they're usually not set up this well at the 28-yard line. This is incredible field position for Richardson.
Split backfield behind Sully. Can the Lycans capitalize is now the question. Jack, who stretches it all the way to the left-hand side, he will gain 6 yards and be taken down by Devontae Moore.
Yeah, he stretched that out to Glendale before he decided to cut up field to get those 6 yards, but still an effective first down play. Wow, what a turn of events this would be if they can convert this into a touchdown.
Line shifts to the outside on the defensive side of the ball as the Lycans go into a goal line eye. It's a trap up the middle. Jack through one tackle and deny the first down. A little shy again. Moore with the stop.
Yeah, we've seen Fort Worth clamp up plenty of times in the red zone. They're third in the league in their red zone scoring allowed, allowing 85% of those drives to end up in points. So they're still really solid, and they're tightening up right now.
Check that. Ben Stone on the last 2 tackles. My apologies. Offset eye here on 3rd and short. Handoff Jack, and Jack will pick up the inch needed to move the chains, and the Lycans are now in the red zone.
And the Lycans, for their part, they're 10th in the league. They convert about 93% of their drives into points in the red zone. So, that's a pretty good red zone team. Richardson has been looking pretty good. So is Jack.
3 wide here for Sully. He'll hand off to Logan Jack, pushing his left tackle forward. That be Janae Nicole for no gain this time. 2nd down. So back to the line they come after an off-tackle run resulted in no yards. 2 wideouts, 2 backs in the backfield. They go with a run for Logan Jack, trying to go up the middle, out of 1 tackle, but Ben Stone comes up with yet another stop on this drive, and it brings up 3rd and medium.
Just kind of anecdotal, like what do my eyeballs tell me? The Toros are so impressive to me because when you have these broken tackles, sometimes with other defenses, that tends to be a moment where a runner's got a chance to kind of recover. There's always a player on the ball carrier with this Toros defense. It's really impressive.
Empty backfield behind Richardson. 4-man rush. Sully rolling. Sully looking into the end zone. Off the helmet of Remington James. Incomplete. But the Lycans will have a chance for 3.
Yeah, and I like the decision for Richardson. It wasn't a super well-placed ball. I need to get a little more air under that. It's just really good coverage from Remington James. But Sully, I think that was a good decision, but he needed to get a little more air under it, and now we're going to get a Sid O'Lindy field goal attempt here.
The 4th season SFL kicker. His kick is up and good, and now they are just a point behind Fort Worth. And don't look now, but the high-flying 38-point averaging offense in the Toros looks human so far this evening. Only 7 points, and we're just about to end the first half.
Yeah, Dunhill's good at recovering from mistakes, so, it's like, let's see how the Toros respond. But, yeah, that was a wild sequence of events here.
Here comes Baker. From just outside his own end zone, Tommy Rahman will help bring him down at the 27-yard line. Dunhill, maybe a little flustered, did throw the interception the last drive. They have gone touchdown, punt, interception. What does drive 4 bring for the Toros? They have to get back on track. They have to establish their style of football.
Yeah, JZ Bacon's only got 5 carries here, 21 yards. I expect him to get involved a little bit, but, Stephen Hacker was so hot at the beginning of this game. I also expect him to get a couple of catches here.
1st and 10 to start the drive. Delayed handoff. JZ Bacon bottled up in the backfield.
Wow.
He only musters to get back to the original line of scrimmage as Garrett Hudson brings him down.
Garrett Hudson impressive in the middle, and they're getting push on this Fort Worth Toros line, which is usually looks so strong all year.
Second and 10. 3 wideouts in the formation. They go with another run up the middle. This one a lot better. It's Aaron Alexander, the fullback, with a 6-yard run.
We've talked about trap games. Maybe this is a trap game, but you could look at so many of Fort Worth's previous games. The Sparrows game in Sioux Falls, the Minnesota Legend game, which they blew them out by 20-28. And that game in Portland was probably a trap game. So they've had a bunch of these.
Nearly throws it.
Oh!
He doesn't get intercepted. It's Hudson who picks up the bobbling ball. Dunhill's been picked up for the 2nd time tonight.
Wow, this is mistake-riddled football that you don't normally see from Fort Worth, especially this season. This is kind of crazy. I didn't expect this, and off that tip drill, what a catch. The awareness of Hudson there to grab that tip drill.
Just an ill-advised throw. Blackwell is standing right there in the middle of the field, didn't even move. And now the Lycans can take the lead.
Wow.
For the 2nd time tonight, they are in Fort Worth territory to begin a drive. 2:41 to go in the 2nd quarter. Sully with the handoff to Logan Jack, and Jack barreling through. Browning on the outside, and that results in a 7-yard gain.
I mean, this Toros defense has got to be a little bit tired, right? I mean, we don't normally see them having to take the field this often, this many consecutive plays. And you're starting to see them wear down a little bit, and Logan Jack able to carry these defenders with him.
Counter. Jack. Stopped this time by Browning. Only a yard gained by Jack. 3rd and short. Even a field goal now gives them the lead. But we'll have to wait. We hit the 2-minute warning. Fort Worth 7. LA with the ball. Down by 1 with 6. Can they make something happen before the end of the half? This is the SFL on YouTube. Third down, goal line eye here for LA. 9 men in the box for Fort Worth. Now they ocean into a strong eye for Sully. Out of the 2-minute break, handoff in the direction of the strong eye. And Jack finds the first down, and the drive continues.
Yeah, it looks like they could have gone a couple ways with that run. Jack decides to bounce it out to the outside, gets enough there for the first down. This is kind of a wild turn of events here.
Who saw this game being this low scoring?
Right.
Not I.
Nope.
Not I.
Mm-mm.
And off Jack through the middle. Jack gets a great hole. Logan Jack is going to score. LA take the lead. 12-7 on a Logan Jack scamper.
Y'all can howl at the moon right now, Lycans fans, because your team is rolling. These turnovers are turning into points. They've now doubled, by my math, their points off turnovers of the season. They had 10 coming in, then they've had 10 in this game, and Logan Jack is carving this defense up. I have not seen the Toros on their back foot like this in quite some time.
Here comes Sid O'Lindy to try and tack home the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is up, and the LA Lycans lead by 6 with 1:28 to go in the second quarter. And if you're not liking the game, you probably haven't hit the subscribe button or have smashed that like button, because you should, because the SFL produces over 400 events a year just like this one, because there's no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Charlie Baker with the fair catch in the end zone. And now the Toros, who have thrown interceptions on back-to-back drives, find themselves down by 6. This is going to be the biggest test of the Toros season. Can they find a way back? Dunhill will look to throw right side, and incomplete. Hacker couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, I'm so curious about what head coach Luis Gonzalez is going to dial up here with this drive. Under 1.5 minutes to go. Dunhill's forced a couple of bad passes in the middle. Do they try to get on the board again here, or are they confident enough to say, hey, let's go into the half. If we're okay being down by 6, we'll get it back in the second half and figure it out. But yeah, they're trying some stuff downfield.
Jay-Z Bacon now lining up as a receiver near side. Dunhill under pressure, looks right side near the hash marks, and Hacker this time will bring it in, and they call a timeout as Hacker gets near the 40-yard line. 2 timeouts to go here for the Toros in the second quarter.
Yeah, well, we have our answer. They're trying to get some points on the board. That was a really nice catch by Steven Hacker. That's 5 catches, 84 yards for him in the first half. He's been the bright spot for this offense.
From their own 39-yard line, Dunhill to throw, blitz coming off the edge. Nice floater to find Cade Stevens, and they just flip the field, go from one 40-yard line to the other. That's the second timeout for the Toros.
And they can do this. Like, what we talk about, oh, wow, what an incredible upset this would be, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter, really, until the Toros are actually done. Because this is one of the best teams in the league, absolutely, probably the best team. And they just do stuff like this. They flip field position this fast.
5-man rush. Dunhill looking underneath. That is caught near the 36-yard line. Third and final timeout used by Luis Gonzalez for the Toros at the 36-yard line. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, I thought that timeout was maybe used a little early. I would have saved it a little bit later, but they probably feel like they want to try to see what happens here, not push it too hard. They want to make sure they come away with some points.
There are 10 yards between the receivers and the corners when there's only about 6 yards needed for a first down. Quick hitter over the middle, just too soft of coverage. That's soft. An easy first down there for Steven Hacker, and it's first and 10.
You called a partner. That was just an easy pitch and catch right there.
That's right side. Well, there is Hacker again inside the 10-yard line, and they're back to the line again. This coverage really has to tighten up. Again, they play 10 yards off the line on the top side. Pass, middle, incomplete this time, looking for the Cowboy, Robert Garrett Jr.
And Dunhill was too locked in. He had, I believe that was Hacker out on the outside. He had him just totally soft coverage. Could have at least gotten 8 yards before he was even touched by a defender. He was just trying to get the play together too fast there. Needed to take a second to look at what the coverage was giving him.
Second and goal. 44 seconds to go here in the first half. Hacker now going to help the wide receivers overload the near side of the line. As Dunhill will look to throw, looking right side. Robert Garrett Jr. tried to pull the immaculate one-handed reception, but the hit from Yosef jars the ball free, and it's third down.
Yeah, it was actually really, really good coverage there by Tazzy Blackwell, but then Ryan Joseph came in at the end and just knocked that ball away. So that would have been a really, really tough grab for Robert Garrett Jr. We've seen him make plays like that before, but yeah, that would have been a tough one.
Third and goal here for the Toros, a team which thrives in this type of situation. They look middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Robert Garrett Jr., and the game is back level.
What do we just say? I mean, we've seen him make plays like that. That was, almost as impressive of a catch right there in the middle. So much traffic. Los Angeles kind of helpless. They called a lot of soft coverage on that drive. That one was actually pretty well covered, but it was just a well-placed ball by Marcus Dunhill. And of course, best team in football, Fort Worth. They can get back right on top here with an extra point.
So here is Amelia Rose to tack home the extra point and give the Toros the lead before the half. Snap, spot kick is up, and they do get a 1-point lead. It's as you were from a few minutes ago. 14-13 now is your score line, as the Lycans will have one more shot perhaps before the half break, but they will get the ball back to begin half number 2.
What do you do here if you're LA? I mean, do you try to score again?
First, you hope Bubba Tree gets a good return, and it's a solid return up to the 30-yard line. And so I think if I'm LA, you've got the best team in the league. You've got them you're only down by 1.
Right.
I think at this point you got to play smart.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think being too aggressive would be a mistake here. I think you're okay going in 1 point down at the half. I totally agree with you.
Instead, I think Sully's got, for a second, I thought he had an empty backfield. Instead, he's got 2 backs in the backfield. So I expect a Logan Jack run. Instead, it's a pass from Richardson. He rolls, fires. Nearly open was Chris Lee. And just turned around, stumbled, and just couldn't locate the ball. Incomplete.
I like that play call, though. You have the loaded backfield. Could have a couple of different looks there out of the backfield. Roll left. I liked how open Chrisley was, but he just stumbled and couldn't pull that in.
Similar looking formation here for LA. Again, Richardson will roll. Now he'll look middle. It's caught by Logan Jack near the 45. And they call their first of 3 timeouts. And we saw it almost was a similar play. Richardson waited a little extra time for that play to develop, but he found Jack for the first.
And you never want to see a quarterback throw across his body like that, but he had Logan Jack pretty open, and that was not where I expected that ball to go, but what a play by Sully to get that in there.
Around the 46-yard line, Sully, quick drop, quick hitter. Oh, my goodness. Aiden Davis had at least 3 bites at that cherry and nearly came away with the interception.
Yeah, the leader in interceptions on this team almost had his 7th of the season, and that's the kind of careless play that we're alluding to. You're up by 1, don't give it away. That was close.
Leader on this team, leader in the SFL with 6 in total. He has been an interception magnet and one for every single opposing offense to try and avoid. Richardson will look to throw. Looking, caught near the 30-yard line. LZ Pryor hauls it in. He's got a catch, and they put him into field goal range.
What a ball this was. This was really one of those balls that could have been tipped if it was just an inch or 2 off. And instead, LZ Pryor gets a huge first down. They're set up at the 30-yard line.
Empty backfield. They're going to try something here at the 30-yard line. This is a passing formation, and Sully will pass. It's tipped and nearly picked off. A diving attempt by Adam Leach after the tip by E.K. Vincent. Ball will fall to the ground. 10 seconds to go. LA still have a timeout, and the offense remains on the field for maybe one more play.
This isn't even the end of the game. I'm already kind of out of breath here with these close calls, with this close game. This is a really, really different first half than I was expecting. This is a blast.
I think you have to run it here. Just get a better spot.
Points, right?
Or for your kicker, Jack, maybe a yard. Destroyed by J.L. Browning. 6 seconds to go. LA call their final timeout. They have no means of stopping the clock now besides getting out of bounds. And here comes Sido Lindion to try and give the Lycans the lead against the unbeaten Toros before we hit the half. A 47-yard attempt from near the right hash. It's a dome stadium. There's absolutely no wind. Snap spot kick is up, and it is straight down the pipe. 2-point lead to the Lycans. It's 16-14 with 2 seconds to go.
Wow. I mean, this crowd is, I think, as stunned as we are. It's a good stun for this Lycans crowd here in LA, but they're going to go up by 2 points. They're going to go into the half up by 2 points, which is a shock to me.
Here's the kick, and it'll be taken back for a knee. 1 second to go. Charlie Baker got the knee down quick enough, and so what can the Toros do? Now, in the past, we have seen running backs just all of a sudden break one open. It's a new era. We'll see what they come out with here on first down. They're going to go into a Hail Mary formation. 1st and 10, final play of the half. Dunhill will look and load and fire, and it is tipped and incomplete. Ryan Joseph tips it away, and so at the end of 2 quarters, the Lycans lead by 2, 16-14. I don't know about you, John, but what do you think Rochelle Colston is telling her players in the locker room right now?
She might just be silent. Doesn't want to say anything to jinx this. This is not where I think this team expected to be at the half. No, my real answer is that, hey, listen, We got Marcus Dunhill feeling a little bit insecure, 2 interceptions. We have Jay-Z Bacon contained, which is kind of a shock to me at this point. This defense is playing really well. Keep playing like you're playing for your season. Don't get too tight. I'm going to give my halftime game ball to Garrett Hudson with that pick. He's also got 6 tackles. And, obviously Logan Jack has had a great first half as well. This is a shocker to me, but, we talked about trap games, kind of laughed about it, but, Fort Worth has got to respond here.
And will they respond? They're down by 2 as we welcome you back to Lycanthrope Lair here from Los Angeles, California. Tyler Falk alongside John Warren. A massive shout out to our statisticians, Rochelle Colston and Stephen Hacker, who have been phenomenal on stats tonight. And another special shout out to SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine, who's our producer. And thank you for joining us late tonight. The Lycans get the ball back as it's a fumble, and the Lycans quickly jump on it. Oh, that could have been dangerous for LA if they were to lose that football. But we go now to Cameron Irvine back at SFL headquarters for a game break.
Thank you, Tyler. Alamo City trying to keep pace with Fort Worth. Gunny McGuire with his first pick 6 of the season puts Julian Tyree out of his shoes. But Sioux Falls is hanging around. Field goals instead of touchdowns, though, in the red zone. 24-9. Artillery back to you in LA.
Thank you, Cam. Handoff Logan Jack. First play of the half on offense, and he gains 5. As things stand here, John, both the Toros and Artillery will go into next week at 10-1. And that means whoever wins that game next weekend will be the South Division champion. Now, if Alamo City can still win that game and Fort Worth can find a way back, it'll still be for the division title as well. As the handoff to Jack gains another 3 yards, it'll be 3rd and short upcoming.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some scoreboard watching both in Alamo City and in Fort Worth tonight. That game next week is huge. Kind of no matter what happens tonight, but especially if Alamo City hangs on for the win, it's just a massive matchup.
It's going to be a run by Jack to the outside. Got a few blocks, but there is a nice tackle from Aiden Davis, who came off the edge unguarded, dropping Jack back for a loss of 1, and it's a quick 3 and out for LA.
Yeah, when you're untouched and you have that kind of running start, you can run into Logan Jack and knock him back a little bit. So that was a great play by Aiden Davis.
So here is the punt on its way as Baker will be back to return from his own 34-yard lines, trying to stretch it out to the left-hand side. He's taken down at the 42-yard line. Now available free to download, you can play the SFL video game on the go with the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, an emulator for 4K 23 right in the palm of your hand. Order your Retroid today at GoRetroid.com. Search SFL and download our mod at simulationfl.net/4K23. Retroid, the official console of the SFL. Pitch play, and that play just hasn't been working all game long. Bacon backwards for 5 yards. The Lycans defense gets home, led by Garrett Hudson.
Garrett Hudson got my halftime game ball, and you're exactly right, partner. That play is not working for the Toros. That pitch out has been blown up at the point of pitch a couple times now. They got to probably scrap that one, throw it away, and save it for another week.
2nd and 15 now. Here for the Toros. Dunhill looking to throw, fire it left side, and taken down after picking up 10 is Cade Stevens.
Tough catch here by Cade Stevens. That was really impressive in heavy traffic. There's good arc on that ball to get into Cade Stevens' midsection. Otherwise, that could have been tipped and maybe picked.
Four-man rush. Dunhill with time. Rolling now. Has to get rid of it. And caught. Cade Stevens at the 34-yard line.
Dunhill was about 2 nanoseconds away from getting absolutely crushed on his right here, but was able to get Stevens downfield. Man, you just kind of want to see that safety. Maybe actually that was Mike Scott. You kind of want to see Mike Scott maybe jump that route just a little bit, anticipate where that ball is going, but still a good stop to not allow more yards than that.
Dunhill will look to throw again. This time near side, and it is ruled incomplete. The ball bounced before Charlie Baker could get his hands underneath it. Not often do you see an incomplete pass like that, John.
No,
Very
no,
rarely
you don't.
see that.
Yeah, you don't see a skip like that very often, but guess that was a good call. Yeah.
2 backs in the backfield, 3 wide receivers on 2nd and 10. Linebackers shift up, expecting a run. They go that way with Bacon. Bacon gets out of 1, looking for anyone to help him out. Gains 6 as he's finally taken down by Rochelle Colston.
Yeah, this is a big individual effort kind of game for J.Z. Bacon. He's only touched the ball, 8 times for 22 yards, well under his average. He's averaging 6 yards a carry normally. He's not getting a lot of help in this blocking game.
2 wideouts to Dunhill's left. He will look to throw on 3rd down. Blitz coming, rolling off his back foot and incomplete. Stevens couldn't hold on as Joseph, another 3rd down hit, which jars a ball free, and he has been clutch tonight in the deep secondary.
Yeah, he's been outstanding with these pass breakups. You're right. He saved a touchdown, and he saved a big 1st down there. And now they're going to try for a field goal. Amelia Rose coming on to try to give Toros the lead again.
This for a 1-point lead. Kick is up, and it sails through the uprights. 17-16 Toros lead again. We are going back and forth in this game. The Lycans trying desperately to save their season. They are going to need to win out to have any shot of making the postseason, while the Toros, they already have a spot locked up. But whether or not that's the number 1 overall seed or the first wild card seed still remains to be seen. As we are underway once again here from Lycanthrope. On the return, here come the Lycans. From just outside his own end zone, trying to make something happen, going near side. Taken down at the 30-yard line. And that is where LA will take over.
The Lycans have had good field position today because of Tree's returning game. Bubba Tree, not a big factor at all in the Lycans' offensive game plan all season, but he's a decent return man.
And so, back to the line they come. Here on offense, now down by a point. Pryor, the man in motion near side. Richardson has to get rid of it quickly and does. It's Jack Flash. 1st down, Lycans.
Good catch again from Jack Flash. He's been busy for this offense.
They try and send the blitz to the outside, and so that quick corner route was just enough. And good execution on the pass there from Richardson, which gets the 1st down. So high formation here on a brand new set of downs here for LA. They go with a run up the middle for Logan Jack. Maybe he gets a yard before being brought down by Sonny Sky.
Yeah, I'm still feeling good about Los Angeles. I know they're slowing it down a bit. They had to punt on that first drive, but holding Fort Worth to a field goal is no small feat. So they should still be feeling pretty confident here.
Sully has to get rid of it, and he was hit hard from behind, just unable to put an accurate throw on the ball as he was being hit.
Yeah, that was hugely affected by that pressure there. And yeah, Sully lucky that he came away with just an incompletion.
Empty backfield. Richardson to throw on third down. Looking middle. It is caught. Pretty easy catch, if I do say so self. It's the first catch for Daricus Iniguez.
Yeah, Iniguez has only had 3 catches this season, but this was a good route. Got open in the middle. Sully found him right on time. Delaney Nash with the tackle, but good for Iniguez getting involved here.
Been targeted 3 times. That's the first time he's holding a pass tonight, and it couldn't have come at a better time as Richardson now has to roll. He's got pressure behind him. He throws across his body, and coming back for it is Iniguez again. The rookie coming on strong here in the third quarter.
Iniguez looking to double his output for the season in a single drive, it looks like. So he just had it, maybe softer coverage for the rookie, but it was a good find for Sully Richardson, and Iniguez getting involved. And he's spreading the ball out a little bit. It's gone to a few different receivers in this drive.
Who knows, maybe he'll come up with his second touchdown grab of his rookie campaign later in the drive as they go ground game this time. Jack, nothing doing. He tried to push Janae Nicole forward, but E.K. Vincent brings him down at the line of scrimmage. From the 17-yard line, second down here for Sully and company. They go back to Jack through the middle, and that defense is starting to tighten up the middle. Third down.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we see a lot from Fort Worth. They get a little smarter. They get a little more disciplined when their opponents get into the red zone here. They're really good in red zone defense. We've talked about it before. And 3rd and 7, crucial down here.
Sully looking, end zone, it's caught, and 3 catches and a touchdown on the drive, and LA reaches the lead.
Iniguez indeed doubles his output in a single drive. That's his 3rd catch of the drive. None bigger than this. How did that get in between those 2 defenders? Delaney Nash, I mean, I thought that was going to be a pick for sure, but it was perfectly timed by Sully Richardson. Wow.
I gotta call it now. That's our nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. It's another lead change here in the game, and it's the Lycans who come away with a 6-point lead with 3:45 to go in the third quarter.
Wow.
Wow is right. Sheesh is right, Paulie Truth, as the deep kick from Siddle Indy is taken deep in the own end zone, down for a touchback by Charlie Baker. And just like this game, the playoffs are almost here, and Week 13 has matchups that mean everything, and I mean everything, to the postseason picture. Top matchups include, well, not just this game, but Central leader Indianapolis. They visit 5-5 Vegas tomorrow, and 7-4 Canton heads to DC on Sunday. For the full slate this week, head on over to simulationfl.net and don't miss a minute of the action as Robert Garrett Jr. picks up a 9-yard catch.
Yeah, that was a good catch there. Robert Garrett Jr. has made a few really nice ones. He's had 4 catches today. Not a ton of yards, but in these crucial downs, he's been money. 2 touchdowns to go along with that 9-yard catch just now.
Pitch near side, Bacon. This is what Bacon can do. And he's trying to outrace Mike Scott, but Scott chases him down just across midfield. The best run we've seen all night from J.Z. Bacon.
And this is what Fort Worth needs, right? I mean, obviously Mike Scott made an incredible play, not being fooled by this move. to bring him down before that was absolutely going to be a touchdown if Jay-Z Bacon breaks that. But Jay-Z Bacon needs to get plays like this. Those pitch plays to the left had not been working, but that was a really nice one out to the right, and Fort Worth's in business.
24 yards, the longest run of the night for Jay-Z as back to pass as Dunhill has time, looking left side, caught by Stevens, and he's tapped down after a gain of 8. This is a much more promising looking drive from Fort Worth.
Yeah, I mean, and it starts with Jay-Z Bacon, right? I think if you have a consistent running game that's going well from the best running back in the league in terms of yardage, at least, it opens everything else up. Makes Dunhill look a lot more comfortable, too.
Safety creeping up now, 10 men right around the line of scrimmage, pitch near side. Bacon out of one, looking for a little extra help. He gets the first down. Blackwell there, dragging him down after the first down yardage was already gained.
Yeah, that looked like it could have been blown up, like those pitches out to the left, but that's just incredible individual effort for Jay-Z Bacon to break a couple of tackles, get a little skinny, and get the first down.
Now this is good adjustment here from the LA defense. They're now overloading that near side to try and stop that from happening. Now Dunhill has to roll. Now he looks near side. That is caught by Hacker, and he's tapped down at the line of scrimmage because he had to roll. His momentum took him all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Dunhill kind of on his back foot, didn't get that ball where it needed to go. Hacker kind of had to come back for it. Tried to get up fast enough to get upfield, but he was touched down.
3 wide receivers here for Dunhill at the LA 35-yard line. Look to throw, linebackers coming. Dunhill middle, that's caught by Hacker, and that will be ruled short.
No way.
Short of the line to gain. I know that line is imaginary for most humans, but I would be hard pressed.
Gonzalez has got to throw that flag. I feel like this is an important first down. I mean, maybe they get it with Jay-Z Bacon here, and it's no big deal. They're not going to throw it. They're just going to go for it here.
3rd and inches. Run up the middle. I mean, when you have the best runner in the game, you might just want to keep giving him the football. Who cares if it's not the right call? Hand it off to your big-bodied running back for an easy first down.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Gonzalez probably just said, hey, you know what? I've got the best back. I might as well just hand it off. He can get half an inch. And instead he got, to 10 yards on that play. So that's probably a no-brainer for Luis Gonzalez and his coaching staff.
Look at the yards after contact.
Huge.
For Jay-Z Bacon. All but maybe 9 of his yards. Pass, touchdown, Cade Stevens. Stop talking about Jay-Z. Let's start talking about Fort Worth retying up the game.
Hacker's been the popular target for the first half, but Cade Stevens has come alive here in the second. He's got 6 catches, 83 yards, and his first touchdown of the game. And wow, just like that, Dunhill looks a lot more comfortable. Kind of forgot about those two interceptions in the first half. Big contribution from Jay-Z Bacon. That looked like a Fort Worth Toros drive. 3rd
touchdown pass of the game for Marcus Dunhill. He now has 21 this season. And Emilio Rose's extra point is up and good. And the Toros, who jump back out in front, have not been in too many of these back and forth games. Yet another lead change for us tonight.
Yeah, not what anyone expected, but I'll take it. It's a late window game. I'm excited to have the close game.
That would be if I do my maths correctly, I could probably have our statisticians, Rochelle Colston and Stephen Hacker, help me out with this. I think that's the 6th lead change tonight, if I did all my Tyler maths right. But we've got smarter people in the stats truck that can help us out with that, right, John?
We do have really smart people in stat truck who help out with that. They're amazing.
Absolutely. So, meanwhile, LA down by 1. 22 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Confirmed there by Stephen Hacker on my Tyler math, so we're good. Jack, rolling forward for 7 yards. It'll be second and short. Will they run another play is the big question.
I bet they're going to let this go down and go into the fourth, down by 1, which is, gosh, not where I thought we'd be. I think this is going to be a really exciting fourth quarter. I can feel it. Partner, it's late. This is a double header. I thought, man, how am I going to get through the second half of this thing?
Don't you dare minimize or close that window. Fourth quarter coming up after a word from Chris Curtis.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Hey, Curtis, back here at Lycanthrope Lair, where it's only a 1-point ball game. The Lycans trying to look for an upset. I'm Tyler Falk alongside John Warren here in the booth. Rochelle Colston and Stephen Hacker are on the stats truck with SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine in studio as Logan Jack picks up a couple more. 3rd and 1 on its way.
How many of those plays have we seen Logan Jack have where he could be down, gets another yard, 2, 3, just because he keeps moving his legs? It might make the difference in this game completely.
Only 7 men in the box here for the Fort Worth defense as LA line up in a goal line eye, and it's an E down. Jack had a little bit of help from Tommy Rahman, the fullback, with an extra block. Gives him a few extra yards and a first down.
Yeah, it was a good lead block by Tommy Rahman and Logan Jack. Yeah, I mean, Toros have got to figure that they're going to try to run the ball, have a little balance here. Sully Richardson's looked good through the air, but Logan Jack has just been cutting them up in the middle of the field.
Just a yard away from 100 tonight is Logan Jack. Sully rolling, firing across his body, and it hits! There's Cresley for a first down to the opposite side of midfield.
Sully's arm strength is really something to behold. I mean, again, this is another throw across his body. You typically don't want to see quarterbacks doing that. But Sully Richardson is just such an athlete. I mean, he can get that across his body, no big deal, with a ton of accuracy. And Los Angeles is driving right now.
1st and 10 from the Fort Worth 45. Richardson comes back under center. He'll run. Little counter from Jack. Nothing doing. Bottled up by E.K. Vincent and J.L. Browning.
Yeah, by our stats truck, that would be Browning's 11th tackle of the game, I believe.
12th total with the assisted tackle.
With the assist, courtesy, yeah, right.
Courtesy of EK. But you're right, 12 total tackles. That's quite a number, and we've only got 8:12 to go here in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time to have him rack up a couple more. Richardson has to dump it off left side, finds Tommy Rahman for a few more yards, maybe 3 more all told. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
What do you dial up for 3rd and 6 here? I mean, it feels kind of like no man land territory, so maybe it's 4 down territory. You're only down by 1, though. What do you do here? They've got a split back, which is an interesting look.
They're 8 of 14 on 3rd downs tonight. Blitz coming, one-handed snap from Tommy Rahman. Blitz going to be well short of the line to gain. 4th and 4. It's going to look like they're going to bring out their punting unit.
They are.
I would be hard pressed to say, our defense has kept us in it, but I'd be hard pressed to say, get Richardson out there.
I would too. I think it's no guts, no glory. Lycans don't have a ton to lose, but they feel good about their defense, and they should, because they've held Fort Worth to only 24 points through about 3.5 quarters here.
LA is really punching above where most people think their weight is, and they are really giving us a fantastic game. All things considered here, John, no matter the result, this is a massive win for this Los Angeles organization, playing this tough with a tough opponent late on in the season. Pass looking middle, one-handed snag from Stephen Hacker for a gain of 9. And meanwhile, Alamo City trying to put the finishing touches over in their game versus the Sparrows. They lead 31-19 with right around 7.5, right about the same amount of time that we've got going here. About 7.5 to go over in that game.
Yeah, we've had a breezy game compared to that one. That one's going a little bit slower than ours. We may finish before they do.
And off Bacon through the middle. First down to near the 30-yard line after taken down by Ryan Yosef and company.
Yeah, you were right, though. You were talking about how the Lycans can take this game. No matter what happens at this season, at the beginning of next season, they can look back at this game and know that they can run with a team as good as the Toros, and that should make them feel pretty confident.
High formation. Blitz coming, and Bacon out of one, but the Lycans defense gets home for a loss of one. That's TD Jack coming up with the stop.
Yeah, the weak side runs for Jay-Z Bacon tonight have just not really been there. And, excuse me, the strong side. But yeah, it's a tough assignment.
Dunhill looking right, caught by Stevens, and he gets out a tackle from TD Jack. Still going to midfield, and maybe a couple extra more as Rochelle Colston brings down Stevens by his shoestrings.
Yeah, and it's been an incredible second half for Cade Stevens. He's now above the 100-yard mark, 107 yards receiving, and none bigger than that play right there, gaining about 21 yards through the air. 24.
4-3 look at LA here on first down as Fort Worth come out in an offset weak guy, and they will run in the direction of the weak guy as Jay-Z goes nowhere. Maybe 2 yards. Tazian on the stop. Brings up 2nd and 8 with just over 5 to go in the final frame of regulation.
Yeah, the Lycans have really tightened up their defense on these runs for this drive. They got gashed bad by Bacon last drive.
Stevens. Dunhill has to get rid of it. It is tipped, nearly picked off by Colston. She couldn't haul it in, but forces third down.
Yeah, Colston would have loved to have hauled that in, but that was still good play by her to knock that pass down. That was, it's like Dunhill had a ton of time here, but still didn't get enough air under that ball to put it only where his receiver could get it.
3rd and 8 for the Toros. Backup tailback is in at the moment, playing slot receiver on the right-hand side. Dunhill looking middle, overthrows his intended receiver. Looking for Hacker, brings up 4th down and a punting situation.
Yeah, I don't know if he felt some sort of pressure there. It didn't look like he was affected by the Lycans front there, but it was just a kind of a weird-looking overthrow, and now we got a punting situation here. Lycans have a chance.
Blitz comes, and the punt is away. There will not be a fair catch as,
Wow.
Oh my goodness, Bubba Tree maybe should have called for a fair catch. Massive hit on the play. And LA will start the ball on the 15-yard line. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com, and maybe they can come up with some sort of theme music for this drive. Jack gains a yard, gets destroyed by Vincent after picking up said yard.
That's one of the hardest hits I've seen in a long time. Vincent coming basically untouched up the middle to hit Jack. Almost knocks Jack under the 100-yard mark, but not quite.
2nd and 9 from the 16-yard line. Another run. Jack looking for extra yards, gets to about the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4 upcoming for LA.
And does Sully Richardson have an 85-yard game-winning drive in him? This is kind of one of those questions that I think Lycans fans would love to have answered. This is maybe the defining moment of the Lycans season.
5-step drop on third down, looking middle, caught. That's LZ Pryor to near the 35-yard line. First down, LA.
Under 4 minutes here. I know the Lycans probably don't want to give the Toros a lot of time if they do score, so we'll see how the play calling changes as they march down the field. But that was a nice shot in the middle to LZ Pryor to get them out of the shadow of their own end zone.
Just a look at Sully's numbers. He has been pretty stellar tonight. Little handoff to Logan Jack up the middle, gaining 2. And another thing for LA, they don't need a touchdown. If they can just whittle away this clock and get into field goal range, the final team, the final unbeaten, could finally have a crooked number in the loss column. LZ Pryor, the man in motion, top side, 5-man rush. Richardson having to step back and fire. It is picked off by Delaney Nash, the exact opposite. And Delaney Nash springs free inside the 10. It is a touchdown for Farmwood. Oh, my goodness. Sully Richardson had been perfect for 5 consecutive games without interception, and he throws it away in the worst possible time, and he gives away a pick 6.
Delaney Nash is the Toros center fielder. Strong safety, has been breaking up passes, picking balls off. He's second on the team, third in the league for interceptions, and he's just had his 3rd pick 6, which ties him up with teammate Aiden Davis. Oh, that is a heartbreaker.
Kick is up and good. It's so now no longer needing a field goal to win. The good thing is for LA, they get the ball back, but will need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game up again.
You kind of had to know that there was going to be a big play on this Toros defense, and it came probably at the most opportune time for the Toros, most inopportune for Sully Richardson, the Lycans. He's got to shake it off and get them downfield in a hurry.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. They have 80 yards to go to hit pay dirt. For one last gasp. 4 wide for Sully. It's a screenplay for Logan Jack. He turns upfield and quickly gets out of bounds after gaining 2.
Yeah, smart for Logan Jack to get out of bounds. He wasn't going to outrun that edge there, so probably smart for him to just get those 2 yards, get out of bounds, live to see another day, stop the clock.
Sully now with 5 wide receivers and no one alongside him on 2nd and 8, 2:54 to go. Sully, quick hitter, incomplete. They look for a quick stop route to LZ Pryor. Just couldn't keep control of football as he was hit. 3rd down.
Yeah, it's good defense, too. I mean, they scoped it out right away. Sully knew where he was going to go, and so did the Toros defense.
You're in 4-down territory. They come out with 4 wide receivers here on 3rd down. Trips to Sully's right. He's back to pass. Looks left side a little bit too far. Looking for Tree. And it's 4th down for LA.
They're going for it, huh? 4th and 8. They got all their timeouts. They could have punted it deep, but they're saying, hey, Sully Richardson, go out, get us this 1st down. Let's keep this drive going.
4 wide receivers, empty backfield, Richardson under center. This could be the ball game. Pass, near side, bobbled! Iniguez couldn't haul it in. He was so good a few drives ago, but just couldn't come up in the clutch. And the Toros take over in field goal range.
It's tough to assign a rookie to go out and get the needed first down against Delaney Nash, who just had that pick 6 heartbreaker. And now the Toros are set up in a position to possibly run this thing out, kick a field goal, go up by 2 possessions, call this thing a game.
To the LA defense, do they have a last-second trick up their sleeve? They need it more than ever. From the 22-yard line, 1st and 10, Toros. Handoff, Bacon near side. Bacon looking for the corner. He's going to turn upfield and step out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Toros.
You know, when you're this far down, it's not that big of a deal that they stepped out of bounds. It would have been nice for him to try to go down right after he gets that first down marker inbounds to keep the clock going, but I'm not mad at it. They're so far down into Lycans territory, it probably doesn't matter.
The scoreline, folks, does not represent how close of a game this was. And the Toros just all of a sudden here, late on the 4th quarter, finally found themselves. Bacon gaining a couple more, Tazzy Blackwell amongst others coming in with the stop. But we had 6 lead changes here, John Warren. It was a fantastic contest from start to finish. But it's the Toros who look set at the moment to come away with the victory, unless LA has a miracle in them.
This Lycans defense should feel really good about themselves. Even if they lose this game, it's looking like they will. They should feel really good about this defensive effort.
2nd and goal from just inside the 8-yard line. Alamo City have turned it on late. 45-19, under 2 minutes to go over in that game. It's a bloodbath there. Can the Lycans stop the Toros? Toros with an 8-point lead. You're watching the SFL Week 13 action here on YouTube. Welcome back to Lycanthrope. Lair, Tyler Falk, John Warren on the call. Stephen Hacker, Rochelle Colston in the stats truck. Thank you both so much for all your help tonight. And the SFL commissioner is our producer. Thank you, Cam. Mr. Cameron Irvine, and here we go. Bacon bounces off of Tazzy Blackwell's tackle, rolling inside the 3-yard line. And LA call their first of 3 timeouts, and it's 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and short.
We're going to call that the Logan Jack roll. He's done it about 10 times tonight. Just puts his shoulder down, rolls on top of a defender to ensure that he gets another yard or 2. And it's been kind of a difference maker. Excuse me for JC Bacon. For Logan Jack. What am I talking about? Logan Jack's drinking Gatorade on the sideline.
Do the Toros run it with Bacon, or do they try a little trickery and pass? It's a pitch, near side. Bacon out of a tackle, and that will finally sizzle. Bacon with a touchdown. It's now a 2-score lead, and that is more than likely your ball game.
Yeah, that puts a period at the end of that sentence. JZ Bacon had not really had that big of a game, but when it mattered most, he got into the end zone, puts them up by 2 scores. It's going to be awfully tough for Sully Richardson, this Lycans offense, the way they've been moving the ball, to score this quickly. So, good game for the Toros. We'll see if the Lycans have it in them for a couple quick drives.
Extra point is up and good. 38-23. Now your scoreline, 15-point ball game. The Lycans have to be pretty happy with themselves. They covered that 17.5-point spread here at the moment. The over-under, if I do my math right, just another point there. We can hit the over.
Yeah.
Kick is on its way here for the Lycans. Can Bubba Tree make something special happen? Looking up the middle, flag on the
face
play.
mask. That was a huge face mask. It's going to set them up another 15 yards.
Completely turned around.
Wow.
Tree. And so, give him a free 15 all the way up to the 43-yard line. That is where LA will take over. You just never know. Maybe a quick hitter.
You never know. That's just a careless mistake. I mean, obviously, Bubba Tree's been having good returns all game, but that face mask puts the Lycans in really good field position.
Trips off to Richardson's left here on first down from under center. You'll look to throw, batted ball, incomplete. Adam Leach there with the deflection. Another week in the SFL wraps up with this week in the SFL. Rewinding the tape on what has been an electrifying week 13 to this point. Plus, we will also watch Portland host Vancouver with playoff ramifications on the line for both squads. This week in the SFL, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. Kickoff, 8:15. Monday night, right here on SFL YouTube. Quick hitter underneath. It is caught by Chris Lee. It'll be 3rd and short on its way as LA call their second timeout.
And that Portland-Vancouver game should be fun on Monday. Lycans should feel pretty good about this game. Obviously, like you alluded to, the score does not really tell the full story. The Toros did pull away late, and that's what good teams do. But the Lycans really had a nice showing here, and I was really impressed with the way this defense played, especially.
Richardson alone in the gun, going to look to pass, looking into triple coverage. Ill-advised pass. Ball is knocked aside by Delaney Nash, and that'll bring up the 4th down.
Yeah, you got to make something happen, but yeah, that was not the best choice. I think he had someone open there on the far side, but instead try to get it into Chris Lee there. It did not work out.
From midfield. This ball game, season on the line. Richardson middle, incomplete. Looking for Bubba Trey. And that'll be a final turnover on downs. Toros will take over, and they will remain unbeaten. They will move to 11-0 and will go home to face the Alamo City Artillery for the South Division title and the number 1 overall seed in the SFL playoffs in season 21. A strong showing for LA. They just came up short, partner, and at this point, they now look to see whether or not the 3 remaining 5-5 teams win this weekend, that being Vancouver, Las Vegas, and one other that escapes my memory. Oh, that's right, DC. If either one of those teams win, all 7 loss teams are eliminated because there would be already 12 teams with at least 6 wins, and no other team that has less than that can make the playoffs if Las Vegas, DC, Vancouver win this weekend.
What can the Lycans take from this season? Well, they've had a really strong strength of schedule, right? They've also had a really, really strong strength of defeat, meaning the teams they've lost against are really good. So they have things that they can pull into next season and feel good about. They just got hit by the best team in the league tonight and came up short.
And they played with them. They didn't shy away from the fight. They played tough all 40 minutes. Partner. It was a fun game to watch.
They did not disappear under this pressure, under this kind of assumption that Fort Worth is going to come in here and bully them and push them around. It just did not happen that way. Last week, the Lycans got absolutely bullied by the San Diego Mavericks, and I thought, okay, Toros are going to come in and really embarrass them. But honestly, the Lycans look great tonight. If they play like this every week, then their record is not 4-7.
So LA will get one final shot in front of the home faithful to maybe put some points on the board. This, the final home game of the regular season for Los Angeles, and they will have one shot at the end zone with 2 seconds to go. For the first time in this matchup history, although these teams have now only played 4 times, the away team will pick up a win, that being the Toros. 38-23 at the moment. Who knows if LA is able with a last-second touchdown here. But we're just about to find out whether or not Sully has the arm strength to do so. Deep shot, deep pass over the middle, caught by Chris Lee at the 37-yard line. The clock hits triple zeros, and the Fort Worth Toros remain unbeaten. They are 11-0 as they head home to take on the Alamo City Artillery for the South Division title and the number 1 overall seed in the SFL postseason.
God, what a game. The next week's game, Toros, Artillery, that should be a classic. Everything on the line in that one. This has been such an incredible game. I'm almost tempted to give a game ball to someone on the Lycans losing side, but I am going to give it to Delaney Nash, strong safety here on the Toros defense. Had that pick 6, came up huge at the end, also had 2 pass deflections and 5 tackles to boot. So my game ball goes to Delaney Nash. Obviously, Dunhill did enough to get the win here in Los Angeles. 3 touchdowns, 273 yards through the air. But just as like it's been all year, the Fort Worth Toros defense has come up huge, and that's where my game ball is going.
I would tend to have to agree. Easily the straw that finally broke the resistance for LA tonight. And LA played a phenomenal game, all things considered. They rode with the Toros. They led the Toros at halftime 16-14, but they just couldn't keep up. They were there. They were still within a point before the Nash pick 6, but just couldn't finish. For Rochelle Colston and Stephen Hacker and John Warren and Cameron Irvine, I've been Tyler Falk. We'll catch you tomorrow for more Week 13 SFL action. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good night.